Oh, yeah, it's the sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club. Thank you guys for joining us. We're all in different places, but I can't figure out if I'm closer to Adam Ledford than normal right now or further away. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna bet marginally closer.
Maybe. For anyone wondering, I am in Puerto Peñasco, Mexico, ahorita, enjoying a little bit of Ladrón de Manzanas because I saw it and I didn't know what it was, and I bought it.
How was it?
It's delicious because I bought 2 cans. This is can number 2.
Better the more you drink it, right?
Well, I looked it up on Untapped, and this popped up as Dutch, which was confusing. I have homework to do to figure out what the hell is going on here, since it came up as being a cidery in Amsterdam.
Interesting.
I'm curious. Gentlemen, what are you drinking? And for those of you watching on the other end, tell us what you're drinking. We've got Alejandro Fontes joining us shortly from Santan Brewing Co. But before we do that, we want to know what you have. And Mr. Ledford, you're first.
I thought for sure I had a Santan Oktoberfest in my fridge, and it turns out, much to my chagrin, it is from a competitor who shall remain nameless. So I'm going to drink this Oktoberfest beer and think about Santan Oktoberfest from last year.
There are no competitors. We are all in this together.
There we go.
That was really just Adam Ledford nigging Alejandro in the back room to sponsor us.
I like that you guys can get that.
Yeah, I looked in my fridge for beer and there was no Santan. What are we going to do about that?
It's like weird.
PJ joining us, drinking some Bottle Logic Title Terror. Well done, sir. And the Brandy Harrison drinking O'Fallon's Pumpkin Whip. I don't know it. Is this it's bueno? It's no bueno?
It's pumpkin beer. That's all I'm going to say.
It's bueno.
Don't you pumpkin spice latte pumpkin beer. I like pumpkin beer.
Pumpkin spice, sure. Pumpkin beer? I'm not coming over on that one.
Cheeky chap over here is being real cheeky. He's just having a 12-year-old whiskey and won't tell us what it is.
What else do you need to know?
Nothing.
That's like when you're in the movies and they go up to the bar like, "I'd like a beer, please," and they just hand out a beer. That's what Cheeky Chef's doing. Like, I'm drinking a whiskey.
Maybe it's missing a comma. It's just Cheeky Chap saying he's 12 years old, comma, whiskey.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, what kind of things can you not order by just saying, like, I'll take a 12-year-old? Go ahead. I'll let you guys work that one out on your
You only find
That's the main one.
So how's Mexico going, you said?
Mexico's great. Lag is awesome, and Justin is drinking Pueblo Vida Dimas. Mexico's getting great. It's great. It's great. It's awesome. I am salivating at the taste of the sugar in this, by the way. It's so sugary. I've changed my mind.
The first one was good. The second one was too much.
Too much.
Mas.
Brett, we didn't look at what you were drinking.
Oh, I have a crowd favorite of this group. I know some business job.
How was this batch, Brett?
It's consistent with what it normally is. It's probably got a little more hop burn, I think, than the last batch, which I'm okay with. But this is a beer that I sent to a friend in Nashville, and he's not inherently an IPA guy. He thought it was one of the best IPAs he's ever had, and I love me some business ethics. I don't know if it's the best one I've ever had, but I am happy with it.
It's a good beer.
I mean, that's what it should be. Consistency should be, it tastes like the last time I had it. So that's great.
Well, I wanna chat a little bit about getting out, because God, it feels so good to get out of Arizona.
Hey, Adam Green, what are you drinking?
Oh, I thought we did.
Thanks for asking, Adam Ledford. I appreciate that. I'm drinking a Gun Hill Black is Beautiful.
Who was that again? I can't remember who that was. I don't. Kidding. I'm sorry.
It would distance me with, man.
Yusuf is drunk on cider and power.
Adam Green, what are you drinking?
You don't deserve to know what I'm drinking, Yusuf, but everyone else, I'm drinking a Gun Hill Black is Beautiful that I got delivered by Ian Harwell from Ground Control. He was coming by in the area, this part of town, and I'm like, I will order that beer.
Very nice. I'm sorry.
I wasn't for you, Yusuf. No, you can't say very nice. Everyone else, though, Adam, Brett, all our viewers, they could say that's very nice. That was not for you.
I'm on vacation, man. Sorry?
Can't be held responsible. He's outside of any jurisdiction that would apply.
I already had to have a boot removed from the tire of the vehicle I was driving. So like it's been a day.
How much was the bribe to get that boot off, Yusuf?
$20. Started at 50, got real low. Figured that one out real fast.
Hey, Shiny, long time no see. Hope you're well.
I was hoping that was me.
No, that was me.
Damn it.
Well, Adam Green, you've lined up a wonderful guest for us today. Would you like to go ahead and tee that up?
Yeah. Alejandro, I think it's Fontes we decided. That Fontes was my pronunciation normally, but he's with Santan. And the funny thing is, I feel like one thing I appreciate about Alejandro is he always made me feel important, because back when I was a sports writer and everything, he's a big sports fan, Arizona sports fan. And I'd see him at festivals and he'd be like, hey, Adam, how was the show today or whatever. I'm like, thinking like, I'm kind of drunk right now, but I don't really know you. Like, what the hell? Then I think one time I finally went to Santan before, maybe one of the first stops I had at a festival. I'm like, hey, man, I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. And that's why I got to actually know who he was at that point. But for the longest time, he's like the dude who knew me when I didn't know him. And that made me feel famous.
The dude who knew me. Not a bad beer name.
Or a great sequel to Dude, Where's My Car?
But anyway, he's a big marketing guy with Santan, running him at the brewery before all the festivals and stuff. He's out there. So Alejandro, anything Santan Brewing, which apparently is one word. Santan is one word. Who knew?
Well,
we can talk to.
We can talk about it, but we have to introduce Alejandro. So do you want to do it? Could I do it?
I could press the button.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alejandro Fontes.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
There he is.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Thanks for having me. Wish I was in Mexico having at least a beer or a cider, whatever you choose.
This is called work from home and then spend the money you made working from home. That's all I'm doing. That's it.
Happy to join you guys. It's middle of football season, so it feels kind of normal to an extent. So, it's life's good. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Well, first off, Alejandro, what are you drinking?
So I am drinking, not a lot of people know this, but we have a whiskey. We just made a brand new one called Caramello. Nice salted caramel whiskey. Drinking this with a little Sprite. It tastes like a cream soda. It's delicious. I can't wait for everybody to try it. Adam got to try a little bit of it tonight. It's at our pubs, and it is fantastic. I can't wait for you guys to come down and try it out.
So I'm seeing that it's called Sacred Stave Caramel. And Adam's actually kind of bragging now. I see the bragging. All right, Adam. All right. It's Sacred Stave Caramel. If I were in Phoenix, Alejandro, I would have gone and had a taste today myself.
Got plenty waiting for you, man. No worries. Take your time. Enjoy Mexico.
You said you mixed it with what?
I mixed it with Sprite. I've had it just on ice or with Coke or Dr. Pepper. Even root beer probably tastes pretty good. It's one of those nice, just sweet whiskeys. Real smooth and easy to mix with.
Nice. So the distillery in Chandler.
Yep.
Is that actually only distillery, or is it getting produced at the other facility in Gilbert as well?
No, it's the big one in Chandler. So right off of Warner Road. I'll have to bring you guys down once you're all together. We're doing small tours still on Saturday and Sunday, if I remember right. And we'll show you the whole production facility where we make most of our beer, our spirits for sure. It's all made under there, and you get to try some of the early cuts.
Well,
I will drive up to Phoenix for a whiskey tour. I just want
come up. You guys can come see all the barrels we've got up in the room, and I'll show you guys exactly how we age everything. It's we do it a little bit differently. Arizona's I don't want to say a weird place, but it's not Kentucky. You know what I mean? So we have to do things a little differently, and it's a cool take on it.
A good thing we're not Kentucky too.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's a brag.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the marketing for business attraction and tourism in Arizona. We're not Kentucky.
You could be in Kentucky.
But you know what's funny? Like we're talking to Alejandro about Santan, and people know Santan Brewing, obviously the beers and stuff at all the festivals. And the first thing we're talking about now is the spirits. It's the whiskey. And I know you guys got into that. It's been, I want to say it's only been like a couple of years, but time I've lost all track of, so it might have been longer than that. But in terms of being like non-beer into the whiskey, into the spirits, how long has that been, and kind of what prompted that?
We started doing it about 5 years ago as we started just learning the process. We hadn't really fully released it until about 2 years ago, year and a half probably. But we did it as this quiet project at Warner. Anthony got curious about. He loved drinking single malts. He got really into. He's always been into whiskeys, but he really started diving into the flavor profiles behind them. And as brewers, we already make half the process. It's just a slightly different fermentation, and then obviously a whole new piece of equipment with the still. And he dove right into it, and they basically just started reading everything they could. He got an old buddy who used to work at Santan 12 years ago, and they just started learning everything they could, and eventually wrote the recipes that we're out making today, and we're still just playing with it. It's a lot of fun.
So Alejandro, I'm curious, like what, like breweries get known for their beer, but really in the spirits world, like it is the soul of your place, and like terroir has so much to do with it. What do you guys do to kind of establish your uniqueness in your terroir?
So the big thing that we do is we take advantage of the Arizona heat with our whiskeys. I'll speak on specifically. So we distill everything like our single malts, all 2-row barley. And we make it, there's a big angel share that gets lost here in Arizona. Obviously it's hot. The barrels are constantly breathing and evaporating, and you lose a lot of what they call angel share. So what we do is we take advantage of that. So if we have barrels that we know kind of need to speed up on the aging process a little bit, we'll stick it in like the hotter parts of the brewery. And when we know they're getting closer to their final finish that we like, we'll stick them in a cooler area. And then the big thing that Santan does is we finish our 3 main whiskeys on red wine barrels. So we get that finishing touch from a red wine barrel, which is unique to us. Not to us, but I'm sure other distilleries do it. But we used to use primarily Arizona red wine barrels. There's not exactly enough Arizona red wine barrels for us to keep buying and racking more whiskey. So now we use a nice blend between California and Arizona. And that's kind of the take on Santan, or Sacred Stave, as you guys saw in the Caramello bottle.
That's super cool. I mean, I've heard of other big name distillers like Old Forester. I know they've started using kind of a heat introduction in their aging process to try to kind of accelerate the aging process and get a little bit more character into their younger whiskeys.
Yeah, and it's the difference. I don't remember the science too much behind it, but I know there's a difference between our heat's dry heat, right? Obviously, haha. The common Arizona joke that we all get. But what that does is, so like Kentucky is super humid. There's a lot of moisture in the air, so they're not losing. I think they're losing more alcohol in the air, if I remember right, because the alcohol is breaking loose. And for us, we lose a lot of the water instead. So the barrels get stronger as they start losing a little more angel share, and we have to start barrel proofing them down to keep them to where we want them as they go through the aging process. So it's a totally different way to have to focus on it, and it's all because it's the difference between 0% humidity here and 100% there.
Well,
it's not 0. It's not 0. It's like 7.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's the usual thing where we're in Arizona, so we kind of have to protect people from themselves. You can't give them the foolproof cut.
Yeah, you still have people getting rescued off a Camelback Mountain, for God's sakes. Who definitely have to protect themselves.
And we're paying for that.
Yeah, all right.
But we're not Kentucky, so it's okay.
We're not Kentucky.
I
can't wait to have that on
Bring
my
it back,
bucket.
guys.
I can't say anything about Kentucky. I got cousins there. I'm good. Yeah, nothing to
I
say.
drove through it once. That was it. That's all I've gotten to know Kentucky.
They have grass that is blue. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, good at college basketball.
Well, for everyone joining us right now, if you've got questions, you're welcome to ask them in the comments. We're talking to Alejandro Santan, and right now, and like there he is. Look at him hanging out.
It was a lot of fun, man. It's the first like big video party that I've gotten to hang out in and just socially hang out. These are usually like, and you can see the Moo Juice numbers are just going way up, and there's a reason why I need to bring more in. That's most of these for me lately. So it's nice to just hang out, drink, and hang out with you guys.
We try to create an engaging show, where everyone gets to hang out, do a thing together. Because that's the whole point of Social Distance Drinking Club. Speaking of which, if you guys love the show and want to support the show, we're not asking you for donations yet, but we're probably going to get there real freaking soon. But you can go down there and just buy a T-shirt, and we'll make like $4. So buy a T-shirt. It's awesome.
Divide between the four of us, that's like $1 each. So
I mean, I don't pay any of you. I just pay the bill to make this happen.
We're working up to break even.
Real close. My accountant is not happy with what I handed him.
Why are you paying an accountant?
TurboTax costs money too.
I was gonna say what's your marginal tax rate on an income of 0?
Ouch.
I think it's what they call here in Mexico cero.
Fair enough. So Alejandro, with all the craziness of 2020 and coronavirus times, how's the brewery been doing, reacting with the pubs and whatnot? What have you guys been doing with the things kind of slowly opening back up, and how's business been going?
It's kind of like being in the bottom of a boat that holes keep getting punched into it in different directions, and you're like sticking a finger in one and reaching for the other, and you're just kind of like plug all the holes you can. Luckily, we've been doing it relatively well. It's obviously hasn't been easy. We've had our ups and downs with having to close the pubs for a while. And then we lose obviously draft business across the state, as everybody did. And that's brutal, man. That's jobs. That's money that comes into Chandler and Arizona and our local economies. The tourism hit's obviously a big blow for everybody across the state. So, relatively speaking, Santan did relatively well in that we're alive. We sustained it. We're still hoping, obviously, we don't want any more road bump or speed bumps along the way, or, obviously, hopefully everybody's going to behave themselves as they're going out to more sports bars and stuff like that. And just let us stay open and just keep serving some cold beers and some hot plates. And that's all we can hope for right now. And that way we keep jobs going and we get to hire more people back on, and hopefully we'll be at full strength sometime next year. I'm hoping, optimistic.
Which I think this is the time we remind everybody to wear a freaking mask and wash your hands and maintain distance and be responsible, so we can have all these places stay open and outlast COVID, and we can all go back to a normal life soon.
I had that banner ready and I couldn't find it, but it wasn't there. Wear a mask and wash your damn hands.
Yeah, please.
To that end, I stopped by the Bethany Home location, the Uptown location, to try this Caramello whiskey, and I walked in. The tables, it looked like there were fewer tables for people to sit at. In that bar, it was basically you could have up to 3 people on either. There was a U bar, and you could be on. You had 3 different people that could be set there. It seemed like there was plenty of distance. The bartender, Natasha, she was great. She was wearing a mask and everything. It seemed like you guys were doing everything that you're supposed to be doing to try to do this the right way. It was cool. I stepped in there. I wasn't there long just because I wanted to try the Caramello, and I'm glad I did. But it seemed like everything was done as safely as it can be done. And I know for you guys, you're used to packing the place. And to not be able to do that, it's an adjustment for you guys.
It has been for all of downtown Chandler. And you can really say that about most of the downtown locations where we still have some of the older architecture and buildings where it's hallways in a lot of these places. I think of our friends at Bourbon Jacks and stuff like that. There's not a lot of place to exactly socially distance. We're lucky we have the patio, and let's keep pushing for 90s. We can open the patio in the 90s. We're getting closer, but we have ways to stretch out, especially at Bethany Home, which is a beautiful place to have to stretch out. So not a horrible problem to have for now. And Chandler, we just keep doing the best we can as well. We've got the Brewers Reserve that we can stretch the restaurant into the private room if we need to. So it's adapt or die, right? It's mostly that's in business life, whatever. And that's just how Santan's going to keep doing it, is just, make the changes where we need to, keep people safe so that they can come enjoy a beer, and, we can keep the economy running.
And that's the thing too. It's people think of Santan as, you guys are one of the biggest. I think it's Santan the biggest craft brewery in terms of production in Arizona. And you guys have this thing Like, that's awesome. You're a stash. People know Santan. You can find, good beers everywhere, but people may not think of you guys having to deal with those same troubles that everyone else is too. You guys are good for the economy and with employees and everything like that, but you still struggle through this too. It's not just like, obviously the small places that we all want to succeed as well, but you guys aren't immune to the issues that 2020 has brought.
Yeah, and it's the other challenge is on the manufacturing side. There's aluminum shortages that are causing can shortages. I'm sure you guys have heard some of the news stories that come through Brewbound and stuff like that. Of it's a real problem that everybody from the Coors, the ABIs, all the way down to breweries that just opened are going to have a hard time finding aluminum, and hopefully not. Hopefully things turn around pretty quickly, but that's kind of what everybody's facing and just kind of bracing for impact in case it gets bad. But I don't know. I think at the worst, it just means we're going to see more bottled beers for a while. Even it was a Treehouse where somebody was going to do some bottles for a bit, and
there's a whole bunch of people running around right now underneath the bridges of Seattle, going, "We should have saved our aluminum cans."
Yeah, Fallout got it wrong. It's not bottle caps. It's going to be crushed cans that like those little orange crushers or whatever can crushers are going to be the gold.
What about, speaking of the beer, like, what do you guys have going on beer-wise? We talked about the spirits and everything. I know you guys got some new sours that are coming out or just came out, and like, what's on the docket there?
So R&D, we got to do a little bit of during the summer. Obviously, as things got at their worst, it was focused on just making the beers that people were asking for. So we didn't get to really branch out into some newer stuff. We did test, though, some Goza batches, just getting to know the style, getting familiar with it. Just base Gozas, nothing fancy, nothing barrel aged or fruited. And then we just started, tweaking them here and there. And eventually we ended up crossing a Goza with the body and flavor profile of a hazy IPA. And we've got a new beer called Pebblehead at the pub for you guys to try out. It's a slightly tart, hazy IPA where it's not too far into a sour where you can only have a couple of them and you're chewing a bottle of Tums afterwards. But you can probably get through a 6-pack of it and you're still going to enjoy it and not feel that acid burn from a lot of sours.
Alejandro's trying to get me drunk.
Yeah.
Just drink a 6-pack of it.
Alejandro, when the time comes, I don't know what part of town you're in, which Santan location you're closer to, but I'd love to meet up and actually taste some of the stuff that you guys are all talking about right now. I would have this week had I not had this trip planned. So
yeah, I'm in the Chandler location, but during the day I can probably switch up to Bethany and eat there. The food's going to be the same, and the drinks.
You're in my neighborhood because those are my boys. Everybody over there and girls. Everybody over there is awesome. You've got Hidden House and Brickyard that I go to regularly, and I'm sure you know all of those people. So
yeah, it's a cool community, and downtown Chandler is pretty cool, man. You guys, for the rest of you natives or long timers. You guys remember downtown Chandler, 10, 15 years ago. It wasn't exactly a hot spot, but now it is, and it's super fun to hang out down there.
It's really something we I think we touched on a few weeks back, is the fact that when I moved into Chandler 2 years ago, bought a house there, and I'm only a 7-minute drive to downtown Chandler. In the last 2 years, it's almost doubled in the quality and the amount of restaurants and bars. Sleepy Whale's out there. You've got all the stuff. You guys are out there. You've expanded with the Spirit House, obviously. And I think a picture of the Spirit House too. If we can see if I can pull that up. There it is, right there.
That's Natasha Adam in the Boba Fett mask. She's actually got a new. One of our guests custom made her an Iron Man mask, but spray painted with the Punisher skull on the front of it. But that's her for when she's smoking cocktails and stuff like that.
That's I didn't recognize her with the helmet on there. And
I figured you couldn't,
And I'm seeing here, I know we got a few photos from you. We got some tours going as well. This is at the actual location on the train tracks there at Gilbert. Is that where the tours at? We do those.
Warner Road and Arizona Ave. You guys can just go to santantours.com. Obviously, you guys give me a shout. I live nearby, so I can drop in and say hi and check out the tour with you guys. And it's a cool experience. We show you around the whole place and show you exactly how your beer and your whiskey and vodkas and gins are made right in your backyard. It's a cool experience.
Awesome. And then tell me about this photo, because this one I got no context for.
So this is a partnership we did with our friends at Huss in association with the Boys and Girls Club of Arizona. I'm sure some of the people that are watching this took advantage of the deals that we were running, where we were both donating proceeds to the local Arizona Boys and Girls Clubs because without beer festivals, as you guys probably are well aware, a lot of the charity factor of it's gone. And we ran some really big, or we helped participate in some really big Boys and Girls Club beer festivals right around, the next month or so. And since they can't have them, we decided just to do a case drive for them. And I haven't gotten the totals yet, but I'm sure between all of us combined, there's some like $40,000 that were raised between, our distributor and the two partners.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to Adam Ledford just squeezing back in here, so we're all here together. But we're gonna go back to a conversation we had before we first started, because I am in Mexico, and obviously your name is Alejandro. Nobody start quoting a song right now.
Oh, hold on.
Is that a Yingling?
We were just talking about Yingling. Yes.
Wait a minute. Is this the perfect time to ask everybody again? What are you drinking?
I just cracked it open, so it was my ace up my sleeve. So.
Man, that distro news happened fast.
Guys, it's my last can. I'm real sad. It's my last Keystone Light. I mean, until I go to the store and buy some more. But I'm sad because it's the last one in the house.
I hope everybody knows we're calling them Keystone Lights. So, Alejandro, you've got a Yingling. Adam's got Keystone Light. I'm going to save mine for last. Mr. Brett Berry, what do you have next? Did you cue anything up?
I have it queued up. I got a little spill pills that I need to drink.
Nice.
Man, we're on a one-way train to Lagertown right now.
Well, you guys are. I am on the wrong train. My train is going in the opposite direction.
Right through an apple orchard.
You are running a Mexican train? Is that what I hear?
I was going to say he just lobbed up a train jokes. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock and see how many we
Exactly.
How many jokes can we make? I've heard this place several times, and I've been coming to Puerto Peñasco since I was probably in diapers. But I had not gone to this place called Tequila Bar. Manny's Beach Club, apparently the same Manny, supposedly the same Manny, owns this tequila bar. It's not really a tequila bar. It's a tequila factory, rather. So I grabbed some of their tequila. We did a tasting today. I can show you guys a quick photo. There it is. That's just a little tasting, just a little bit. A smidge. Just a smidgy bit. And that's Rolando. Rolando was making me my tastes. They were just tastes.
Mm-hmm. So on behalf of the fact that we are all incredibly jealous of Yusuf right now, but glad that our benevolent leader is out in having a lot of fun.
Don't do that. I mean, the next Doc and Marty are going to try and kill me in the parking lot of a Montgomery ward. Do not call me some sort of leader. I'm Libyan. Calm down.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, for folks who want to jump in the comments and let's spin around for us too. Like, what's your just favorite beach destination vacation drink? The thing that you look forward to that is gonna just scratch that itch when you get there.
Oh,
I got one when I go. It's got to be the real deal. Like when I was in Puerto Vallarta, when I was in Hawaii. I love a real fresh pina colada with fresh coconut. Like it's a different thing when it's made fresh, and hot damn, it's so good and worth the 4,000 calories that are probably in it.
I gotta piggyback off of this because I love a pina colada on the beach. But my thing with a pina colada on the beach is I like a Myers rum float on top. Myers rum is that thick, delicious black rum that you just float on top, and it just changes everything about it. The first time I had it was, I think, where was I? I have to think. It wasn't Barbados, somewhere else. But it was really, really good. Killer.
By the way, if you want to make me not happy in a nice destination, like in a touristy spot in Hawaii, and they give you like the pre-made pina colada when you're hoping for the delicious fresh-made thing, I just get angry.
Yeah. I have a very long story about that. I might save it for another episode because that happened this trip, and it's the first time it's ever happened to me in Mexico, and I was angry. Here, man.
Nice. I'll go. I've got so the first time I went to Nolans, if you're around there, actually did go to Pat O'Brien's and have a hurricane. And I thought it was just going to be this like super hokey, touristy kind of thing. And in a way it was, but in a way it's such a rite of passage that every time I've been there since, like I just start thinking about just ridiculous, sugary, fruity, frozen boat drink kind of thing. And I have to have a hurricane in New Orleans. And a close second, I will say, this last time we went to Mexico, I got to really actually try a couple of different bacaneras for the first time. And I'm looking for more. Friends, if we can make this happen, if you have a Theo who's got a hookup, come on, tell me.
Wait, can I tell a really fast Pat O'Brien's hurricane story? Because I've been. I don't want to take New Orleans. No, I gotta finish this. It takes like 5 seconds.
Do it.
I went to their Pat O'Brien's because we wanted to have one, and it was the first time I was there. First bar we went into, and of course we do that because we're a bunch of touristy.
It's a tourist thing, yeah.
And the best part is Rob Lowe walks in, takes his sunglasses off, looks around, scans the room for tail, and just turns around and walks out. It was peak Rob Lowe.
He's all, there's literally no ass in here.
I think the cut of your beard makes that comment just perfect too.
100%. But that leaves him to answer the question too.
Indeed.
My favorite destination beer,
or drink of any kind, really.
I mean, it's really hard to deny a good margarita on the beach, right? I'm more of a, like, if I'm going to Mexico, any kind of salted beer that they're doing, I'm usually down for. Good old fashioned Dos Equis doesn't hurt when you're next to the beach. When I go anywhere else, though, like if I'm traveling in the States, anytime I go to Denver, first thing I do is get a left-hand nitro milk stout as soon as I get off the plane. I try and drink my favorite from that area like the second I'm there. When I would fly back east to go see my family in Virginia, as soon as I got off, it was straight to grab a Yingling. When I was drinking when I wasn't supposed to, when I was growing up. And that's just kind of what I do wherever I go. And I'm such a situational drinker. I can grab whatever, and I've got, your top 10 is usually 1A through 1J.
We just scrolled through a bunch of comments, but for people who are listening and not necessarily watching, because I know there's a whole bunch of you've all told me. I saw Dustin Meyer said best beach drink, anything from Mike Hess. I see PJ saying a hurricane. Robin said any rum drink in Jamaica.
That's oddly specific.
Jamaica.
But also vague.
Yeah.
Because any of them.
But Robin, could you have any rum drink at the Breadfruit? You're welcome, Breadfruit, because I love you guys. There's some goodies in there, for sure.
So I caught on the tail end of this, and I'm kind of, I think, similar to Alejandro. Like, whatever is the main drink of that area is generally what I'll be happy to have. Like, obviously, a margarita is somewhat situationally for me, like situational. If I'm in Mexico, a margarita, or a certain place, it's kind of like a beach, a pool drink in my mind. So if I'm on vacation, it's a perfect vacation type drink. But anywhere, if it's the location, they have a brewery that's one of their best ones, or a certain drink for that area, I'm all about having that one. Like, nothing specific other than to where I'm at.
I will say probably my most memorable beer in a situation, I got to go to London to see the Cardinals get smoked by the Rams.
Carson Palmer's last game.
Yeah, basically. And it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But going into an English pub and just getting a drawn beer, basically at room temp, and then just going and sitting in the corner of some like dark, dingy English pub. That was such a cool experience, and one that, if I walk into a darker Irish pub here, I'm like, yeah, go ahead and grab me something that's a little on the warmer end there.
So on that same note, and I think Adam Green touched on this, and so it's kind of what I would say, but let's talk about like food. Like what meal when you get somewhere is going to be that thing again that just makes it happen for you. And obviously, like what a region is known for. And I think that's the safe answer anywhere, because fresh and local and the closest to the source is going to give you the quality that makes any good meal great. But even more specifically than that, like I want to hear crab cakes in Maryland. That's what we're looking for here.
Oh, I can go. I immediately think of when I got poke from a food truck on Kauai that was just delightful.
Can you do that one more time with your hands? Just, okay, delightful. All right.
Brett Berry, 2024. Let's do this.
You know how good that poke was? Delightful.
Delightful. Delightful.
I got one Alejandro?
Just funny you mentioned crabs. Living out in Virginia, got to experience Maryland crab pretty frequently. One of the stories that I've always told is that usually the crappier looking the building, the better the crab's probably going to be. They just put all their money into bringing down fresh crab and don't worry about renovations and stuff. That was super awesome. New Orleans, grab a po' boy. Like as soon as you get there, that's kind of one of my favorite things to do there. I've got to do a couple of New Orleans trips recently. And I ate my way through that town more than I did anything. And then, any good barbecue joint, what the first thing you're going to do is just give me everything you guys got in that smoker back there and bring it over here.
That is
all my answers, man. Every single answer you took.
I was going to say, he just robbed all of us because we all know that, like, if you've gotten a chance to travel enough, first of all, New Orleans is, in my opinion, top 3 meccas of food in the U.S. It sits right bottom center, and you've got LA and New York, because as Anthony Bourdain says, or would have said, RIP Anthony, you name a country, you can find food in New York from that country. But New Orleans, they kill it, man. The food is so good.
It is such a cop-out, though, but like there are certain places where you go and you know you're supposed to get a certain style of food. Like if I go to the Bay Area, San Francisco, I'm getting a chowder bowl, like chowder bread bowl. If I'm in San Francisco, beach tacos, seafood tacos. Like you have to do that. And like I haven't done as much traveling as some of you guys have, but I know certain areas, like if I'm in Maryland, I'm getting crabs, crab cakes and stuff like that. It's what you do while you're there. So it's not a specific place or a specific food, other than just like whatever their thing is, that's what I'm gonna get.
Are we all looking at this at the same time? Brandy Harrison says haggis in Scotland with fish and chips. Listen, I have no problem with haggis. They might. But we make something, Libyans make something called osban, which is essentially haggis. And yes, it is called osban. Try making it yourself. That sounds whatever.
We try making it or just try pronouncing it? I don't want to do either.
It's good.
Okay, let me tell you, I don't know Robin, but she's my new favorite person because this #1 beef patties in Jamaica.
Yes.
Man, it is. So if you haven't had a beef patty from Jamaica, or if you haven't been down there, patties it's like the hot dog. It's the street vendor food. It's the just grab one while you're walking. It's in a weird greasy paper sack and it's delicious, but they actually really have a lot of process. It takes a while to make them. It's not an inelegant food, even though it is an expensive street food. But that's my #1.
Is it weird that I've never been to Jamaica? Like, is that strange? Apparently, because we're talking about how we know that's what you get in Jamaica, and I've never been.
So there are beef patties that get made like in China as well, and there's a place called Chew's Kitchen. Some people pronounce it Chow's Kitchen. I need to go find out what it is because it's down the street from my house. I've been going there since they opened on Alma School and Warner actually, but they do these little beef pies, but they're essentially beef patties. I think Jamaican beef patties are way different. So
the Jamaican ones might be made of beef.
They're both beef because I ate them.
Chicken and veggie too.
Sure.
We're gonna have a heated discussion about island pastry for the next few minutes. Now it's time to get another beer. It was cumin! It was cumin, and you know it.
I've never seen 5 people on one screen start arguing about beef and then I'll go silent immediately. Just like, ah.
It's the meat sweats.
We had one more, did we not, Mr. Ledford?
Oh yeah, in fact, I do and do not want to know the answer to this question. What is your favorite beach-themed song?
Not beach themed. What is your favorite song? So my point with this question posed to you guys, to everybody watching right now, is what is the song that you want to listen to when you finally get to the beach? Like you're settling down, you got your towel on the chair, you got your beer cracked open, and you go, I'm on the beach, I'm on vacation. I want to hear this song. What is it?
Bird.
I hear some talking in the background, so there's debate apparently in someone else's house. That's what I hear. Alejandro, you want to think about it? You ready? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh man, I'm first thing I listen when I get to the beach. It depends. Like, am I in Rocky Point? Because then I'm putting on Vicente Fernandez or something like that. I'm putting on mariachi music. But if I'm
did you just forsake our dear friend Roger Klein y Los Peacemakers?
I mean, I got to go a little deeper into my roots first before I come back to Roger. Obviously, you got to listen to Roger Klein and Rocky Point. But no, I got to go straight to the mariachi music, the trumpets and the guitars, and it just screams being in Mexico. But anywhere else, whatever.
If we didn't do it at least twice while we were here, I'd be a liar. If I told you we didn't do it at least twice, because when we couldn't find something to listen to, or like somebody lost internet on their phone, it just went FM, scroll, scan. Was that the button? I don't remember what the radio was like. I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, you just hit scan and hope you can find some local station. Whenever. Yeah. That's the beat to a lot of Mexican songs or Hispanic songs.
Sorry, Yusuf.
That's an old Lopez joke, right?
Yusuf, the audio cut out for a second. Could you do that one more time?
Oh no, it makes tequila go down smoother, but you can't have it twice. It's too late. The clock. You can't have the. That's it. That's all you get. Sorry.
That's my favorite song, though. That one right there.
Adam Green, what are you listening to at the beach, brother?
I need to go to the beach and find out.
Again, he hates the beach. He hates watermelons. He hates pickles.
Who said
I don't know why we bring him on the show.
I didn't say I hate the beach. I like the beach. Just go back. No, I mean, when I'm on the water, anything Lonely Island, I'm on a boat. Like, that's just one of my favorite songs in general. But
Dustin Meyer's right. It's Bob Marley. There's only one answer to this question.
Exactly. He already nailed it for everybody at this point.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to come back to that.
I mean, I'll let you guys get to it, but my personals are Bob Marley, and that's an homage to my late departed best friend from high school, Sam. So I always listen to Bob Marley when I'm on the beach. And also, for some reason, Bob Marley follows me. And then you have to have your Roger Klein. And your third, I'm not a big country fan, but I think Zac Brown counts as like Western rock. I don't know how to give it a name, man. But you got to play like
Country
and Toes, right? Like those two songs have to happen.
That's perfectly acceptable. I'm gonna listen to a lot of Toad the Wet Sprocket because I'm older than all of you. I'm gonna listen to. I just heard this new song. It's called Tequila, and I'm not making a weird joke. It's a relatively new song called Tequila by Juanes and Christian Nodal, and it's really upbeat, terrible, sad. I'm super depressed, although I look happy. So let's drink tequila, and it's an amazing song, and it's perfect beach. And then, just the Bob Marley station in general, like just anything that populates out of that goodness is going to probably be the right thing for Sun and Sand.
See, I as a native Arizonan, I associate a lot of beach time with California time. There's a song called California Sunrise by Dirty Gold that is a delightful beach vibe. If you've not heard it, go listen to it. You will feel like you were at the beach.
I think we need to put together a beach playlist, even if it's only 8 songs.
Yusuf, I got one for you while you're still in Mexico. Listen to Simon Grossman. Basically like a Hispanic or Mexican Jack Johnson. he's got the smoothest voice with like a nice acoustic guitar.
It's
awesome.
Who is that now?
Simon Grossman. I ran into one of his songs on like a random Spotify Mexican cafe playlist, and his music's amazing, man. It's super beachy, a lot of chill, just acoustic vibes to it.
I love it.
Very cool.
Alejandro, hang tight. We're going to wrap up here, I think, in a few minutes, but I want to plug a few things with you. So, again, thank you for joining us. If you guys are just joining us on the show, tell us what you're drinking, but also joining us right now, Alejandro Fontes from Santan Brewing Co. You guys have some new stuff. We talked a little bit about the Caramello whiskey, the Sacred Save Caramello whiskey, and it was delicious. I think I have a photo. I do not have a photo I can share.
Hey, we have a live.
There it is, live.
A live photo.
Delicious.
Hey, Alejandro, you need to hire a more attractive person to be pitching your bottle like that than Adam Green.
Well, that's why I get paid the big bucks.
Right.
What can we look forward to in the next few coming weeks in terms of visiting locations that Santan has and what's coming out?
So the number one thing that I can ask is everybody just be safe out there first and foremost, and stop into your local breweries, your local pubs, whatever's in your neighborhood, and support those guys first. And then when you guys are in the grocery store, if you guys can grab an extra, Moon Juice or some other Arizona craft 6-pack, it's the best way to support us while you guys are staying safe at home. And for those of you that are coming out, just be smart so we can keep the pubs and stuff open. Santantours.com. Please come take one of our tours. They're like $15. You get what you pay for in samples and experience, and then you get to try the new stuff we're working on with spirits, some of the new beers we're dialing in, stuff like that. What else? That really covers the base, man. Support the pubs. Bethany Home is 16th Street. If you didn't know, we're in Uptown Phoenix. Obviously, downtown Chandler. Come see me there. What else can I plug? Just be safe. Let's get back to beer festivals and hugs and all the fun stuff that we all miss dearly right now.
We love hugs.
Yeah, hug it out, man. That's a transfer of just positive energy. What's wrong with hugging it out?
Take a look. I saw you. I heard you say santantours.com, so I wrote it up. But right below you, right there, santantours.com. Support the show, support local, because that's what we started this whole thing to do. Alejandro, hang tight with us. I've got a really funny story that I may tell you guys the next time we do a show when we see you on Sunday. Yes?
Sunday.
In between the NFL games, we're not ready to compete with the NFL just yet. We're getting there, though.
I keep calling it halftime, and he's telling me not to, so I'll see you guys at halftime on Sunday.
Can we just say real quick that, Sam, you make a great point. Can't believe I forgot about Manu Chao. Me Gustas too is perfect beach song.
Spanish 102 is nailing it for you.
It's so good. It's so good.
I do want to go back because I did see Robin say Buffalo Soldier, and I forgot to go back to that because Buffalo Soldier is a great song.
Indeed.
We'll give you that. Alejandro, I look forward to having a drink with you. I'm sure we all do.
Yes, please come see me whenever you guys are you're ready. We'll hang out in Chandler or Phoenix. You guys pick. Or even at Warner. I'll come see you guys there and show you around myself and give you the dig.
Make them come to Chandler because I'm out there.
Yeah, come on out, guys.
There's a bigger.
Yeah, you can do it on like a Saturday afternoon or something like that, or Sunday afternoon, and I can try and take you on a pre-tour before the official tour start.
Bingo.
An SDDC tour. I like it.
I like it a lot. We can film it, do it. Maybe we'll do it Facebook Live tour.
There you go.
I like that idea. That's good. Guys, follow us, like us, share us. Look down there, santantours.com. And Social Distance Drink. One of these sweet shirts right here. Hey, you can get one of those for yourself. You just have to go to that website. And then I can stop taking out of my piggy bank to pay for this every month. We love entertaining you.
What's the burn rate on this show, Yusuf? I think we should probably calculate that.
Wait, is burn rate how many times we slam Adam Green per episode?
No, I thought burn rate was the name of our next beer we're doing as a collab with Santan. Alejandro, can you make that work? Because
it's going to be loaded with
might be
Carolina Reaper peppers, I guess, and just jokes about Adam all over the can.
Carolina Reaper peppers
You
and
know,
Can we do that?
we did a collab with Tombstone. So how about a Santan collab? I'm putting it in your ear right now. Planting the
There you
seed.
go. Once we're getting a little more back to normal with having a bunch of people around our beer tanks, we'll talk about doing a collab, especially if we can get the brew system up at Bethany home. It's a 2-barrel system, so a really cool one to play with and tile in some new flavors.
I love it. All right, hang tight. We'll chat with you after we go offline so nobody else can hear all the dirty things we say. And thank you very much for joining us. It's been another episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club, this time with Alejandro Fontes from Santan Brewing Company. You guys have been a pleasure. Salute.